Adam here with Brooksaw Antiques. Today we have this 1969 Olympia SM9 vintage portable typewriter. I'm going to show you how to use the functions and make sure they all work. Made in Western Germany and the second best typewriter of all time in my opinion. Second to the Hermes 3000. But a lot of people do rank this as number one. It's got the most durable features, also known as the Mercedes-Benz of typewriters. Just absolute phenomenon in engineering. Up top is the adjustable paper guide. This helps you guide the page in straight. I'm going to line that up with the edge of the platen, which is the main roller that feeds the paper. This is the left margin. I'm going to set that on 0 and the right one around 75. And this is the paper support arm that flips up from the back and extends this. Oops. The paper release was engaged, so I'm going to disengage that. Now I can load the page straight. This is the paper bale. It's got 2 adjustable rollers and a scale. Also, that paper release allows you to straighten the page if it's crooked. It is a little tiny bit crooked. I could get away with that. But if I want to straighten that, I release that and then straighten it just a tad, flip it back, and now you have a perfectly straight page. You can just feel the power and the smoothness. You can hear it. Once you hear the bell, you're near the end of the margin. Hit this line space, get you back to the beginning, and skips 1, 1.5, or 2 spaces. Right now we have it on single, which skips 2 half spaces. In the middle, it skips 3 half spaces. All the way down, it skips 4 half spaces. We're going to keep that on single for now and finish typing. As you can see, all the keys type nice and none of them skip or stick. I'll type a sentence in red on the next line and switch from black to red. There's a switch on the right side. Flip that down to the orange indicator. It prints the bottom portion of the ribbon, which is red. When you have it in the middle, it doesn't print any ink at all. It just leaves a stencil for copying purposes. When you have it up top, it prints the top portion of the ribbon, which is black. We're going to move that down for red. Oops. So when you hit 2 keys at the same time, you get a jam. So on a typewriter, you can't hit 2 keys at the same time. You can do them pretty quick, especially on a fast typewriter, but not at the same time. So that's what happened there. I'm going to backspace and keep going. Beautiful. You can type on this thing for 24 hours straight and not get tired. And it's got beautiful Olympia number 61 pica. So it's super unique. It's not too far off from your typical font, but it's different. And it's really super readable. Rare typeface. I'm not sure how many of these I've had. I've had a lot of Olympias. I might have had 1 or 2 of these. But this is an excellent condition machine with beautiful font. To pull the page out easy, we're going to use that same paper release. Allows you to pull the page out easier, load thicker paper like carbon copy or cardstock. Make sure you flip that back before you load the next page or else it won't load correctly. I'm going to flip this down for now and put the color back on black. Shift on each side, a shift lock on the left. To clear that, just hit the shift button again. MR stands for margin release. When you get to the end of the margin, there's a mechanism that blocks you from printing. Hit the MR button, does allow you to type past that all the way to the end. Very good. This is your touch control. When it's on the minus, it's less tension. All the way down, it's more tension when you hit the keys. You do have to hit the keys harder for them to print, but they respond faster, so you want to play with that to gauge what your preferences. This does have a light touch compared to the SM3 and the SM4. And most typers actually, when it's on low, but somehow it's not that hard to type on compared to like the Latera 32, which is super duper light. This is your carriage lock. When you move it to the middle, it locks your carriage in the middle and in the keys. Flip it down to unlock it. Tab on the keyboard. This is the difference between the SM8 and the SM9 is the SM9 has a tab set and clear on the keyboard. The SM8 is a manual tab set on the back side here. So if you have tabs on the back, you have an SM8. If you have tab set and clear on the front, you have the SM9. Right now we have 1 tab set. Actually, we don't. So I'm going to set one right there, and I'm going to set one right there. So now we have 2 tabs set, but I want to clear all of them. So I'm just going to clear them all by 1 swoop, switching that lever towards the front. So now we don't have any. Set one again right there. Now we have 1. To clear that 1 specific tab, you just hit that clear button. So now we don't have any. This is an all clear. This is just to clear 1 tab. But I always like to set one somewhere in the middle so that way when you hit the tab button, it doesn't go slamming all the way to the end, causing wear and tear in your typewriter. Got a backspace on the right side, smooth. And that's it on the keyboard. So I'm going to open the hood like a car hood. All the brand new ribbon is loaded on the left side, so it's pulling to the right. Clockwise, if you want to switch that direction, the ribbon is threaded around this little lever on both sides, and that is meant to pull on the eyelet. The eyelet, it's just the little metal piece on the end. It will pull on that to the side it needs to go to and swap it automatically. And you can swap it like that manually if you want to manually swap it, but you don't need to do that. It will automatically swap if you have it threaded correctly. Somehow I might have just accidentally pulled that off. All right, there we go. Almost. I have to take this whole thing off. There we go. They they undersimplified this. The the earlier versions have a much so now it's all tangled. All right, let's take this off. We can get a lesson on how to thread this now. The earlier versions had it hanging out all the way in the front there, just obvious as can be. This one is inconspicuous, and now it's tangled. There we go. Sorry about that, folks. And if you don't have an eyelet at the end of your ribbon, you can just tie a knot as long as you thread it correctly around that little annoying. Yeah, I don't really particularly like this. It is kind of cool and advanced, but it is very meticulous to get it around that damn thing. All right, you need some tweezers. So that's the way we want it to go. Carriage release on both sides. Super smooth. The Mercedes-Benz of typewriters. This is your paper support arm. Very good. Carriage release on both sides. The SM8 only has one on the right side. Some SM9s have only one on the right side as well. Not sure why they did that. This one has one on both, and maybe it's the deluxe. This one has its label as deluxe. So if you flip this switch all the way back, it disables the spacing so you can get to an exact spot on the page. You flip it forward, you get the clicks. Each one of those clicks is a half a space. Same concept if you pull the knob out like that. Disables the spacing. You just want to be careful when you do that because you will lose your line. And that's it. Now available on eBay or Etsy. Search Brooksaw Antiques.